The sad state of loyalty. Loyalty. Um, Doing a talk on loyalty is something that I do a whole lot on loyalty because we as men, when we apply for jobs, our bosses, they would say, "So, how long were you in your last position?" And you explain what made you leave the last position. So the person asking you these questions is trying to assess whether you're a stable person or you're a loyal person. Okay? So then he says, what do you want to be in this position? What made you apply for this position? And you explain the reason why you want to be in that position. And how do you what do you see yourself? You know, they talk about 5 years because when a company is hiring somebody, they want to make sure that that person is not going to be a waste of their time. So the sad state of loyalty, and to the greater blame, we can blame online. I won't even say dating apps. Dating apps are a big factor to loyalty. Um, well, we'll just say social media as well. Uh, as somebody who spent 12 years in design, fashion, and then I went into furniture design and so forth, I have seen that my friends who are in interior who are gorgeous or models, they'll get hit up by people from Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and they'll get hit up by the globe. Okay? So, what that does to the human psyche, it makes you feel like, hey, wait a minute. Let me just give it an example. Let's say, because I got friends who are in Vietnam, I got friends who are in the Philippines. Okay, I live in a small place in the Philippines. I live on a small island in the Philippines. But if I do the right thing, I could find myself in Saudi Arabia. And look, I don't rate Saudi Arabia as positive, but to a woman's mind, that's a win. Okay, so the loyalty that that woman may have had to the person that she was dating, because a lot of people are dating, and not there's not a lot of women that are single. I give you that. If she has any degree of attraction to her, she's anything from a two up. They're not single. They're usually dealing with somebody. So then I could change my environment. I could change my reality just by doing the right thing. So loyalty has taken a huge decline. If loyalty was a stock, I wouldn't put any money in loyalty on anyone. Now, women to defend their honor, not that I believe women have honor, and I'll clarify that what I mean by in a bit. Women have no honor. Okay, so they'll say not all women are like that. Now, I will give you that. We can always find out of a million, we can find one or two. So for that, on that basis, we can say not all, but the great majority lean towards this loyalty. So if loyalty was a stock, I won't put money in it. Why? Because when somebody's hiring for a company, they're looking for somebody loyal. But when we're taking on a woman, we're taking on her risks. Women will say, "Well, but women give birth," and majority of women don't even want to have children. But they'll use that argument because it's a sound argument. Women give birth, and homekeeping is so stressful and everything else. But it's not. Men, when you're single, you know that homekeeping is not that stressful. So the problem that loyalty is a stock that I would never put money in it is here's what happens. Let's say you get hired by that job, by that company, and you start, and they're training you. They give you your uniform, and they give you little passcodes, passcodes and whatever it is, and you got all the necessary um, systems to get integrated into the company, the induction and everything else. A month later, you get approached by somebody from a different company offering you better money, and maybe you can even work from home. The majority of us would take the opportunity, even though you swore loyalty to the company that just hired you, and you could have been unemployed for 2 years. Maybe you couldn't get a job for 4 years. So now you got hired by somebody who took a chance on you because it's a dual thing. You could say, well, I had the skill set, but you were unemployed for a minute, for a long while. So now you got hired and somebody else sees your value now because you got hired and they come and proposition you. And you're like, what? You're paying $5 more? And oftentimes it's not that much more, but and I can work from home, you quit. So all that investment that that person was taking, hiring, giving you training and everything else is not out of the window because you're not loyal, you're disloyal. So that's why I say the stock of loyalty is not there. So now you've moved to a new company. The majority of females, and I don't need the argumentation from the other side. I don't need it because I know this. I've lived this out. I've observed it many times. They're as loyal as their options allow them. So when you're there, you're the best option. Should a better option arrive, they're going to take it. Why not? So where does that leave love? Where's love in all of that? Well, one would argue that there is no love. There's necessity and survival. Survival and necessity. There are a few women out there who do love their men, regardless of his handicapped, they'll do whatever. They do exist, but they're a small number. In the advent of social media and online dating, even while the woman is dating you, you could be in a full blown relationship. She's looking out for the next. And do men do that? The answer is yes, they do. But the men that can do that are few. The majority of men, when they get a good thing, they believe they got their woman, they go into routine mode. They just go about their work, especially if it's a bricklayer, especially if it's like a plumber. He just goes, I got my wife at home. He goes about his day. But as a woman, women are programmed to seek advantages. So now, even though she's got a good thing, let's say she was broken down and out, and now she's been picked up by this man, and now she's now in a relationship. But now another man spots her because now this man's made her look good, right? And says, hey, I like you. She would take the better offer because there's no integrity and there's no honor. That's why I say there's no honor with women. The better the offer, she'll keep going. In the red pill spaces, they call it monkey branching. I can tell you, if let's say 5 years in a row, this woman was being offered better each year. Every year, let's say she gets in a relationship with this man, in a serious one, a committed relationship with a man that makes 100,000. She's so excited because the last guy she dated, maybe when she was younger, was just a bum, and now this guy makes $100,000. She's so over the moon. Now here comes a $250,000 guy, a quarter of a mil. She'll go to that, and she's running around with him. She's enjoying a certain lifestyle, and now here comes the man who makes $2 million a year. She go with that. You see how loyalty is connected to provision. So to her, the argumentation is survival or hypergamy. But we just have to argue that is there love in any of these situations? There isn't. And when women hear this argument, they jump into who hurt you, or I've been with my husband for 25 years and I loved him and he was down and out. You are an outlier. The majority of ladies, they can tell you right now off the bat that if a better situation presented itself, they would walk away from their current situation that they claim they love the person. And loyalty, that's why it's a stock that's not exactly popular these days. Can I blame women? We make decisions, do we not? We make decisions. So a lot of women are in present situations because that's the best they can do. Should a man come along who makes way more than the husband, let's say the husband makes, like I said, 250, this guy makes 2 million, they'll take that option. Another guy makes 10. He's got a yacht, helicopter, private jet. They'll go for that. So which tells you that the movement that's occurring in their life is not based on love, but the current person at the time, the first person, believes that she loves him, and the second believes that there's love there. We may want to package it differently and argue that's not the case, but this is the case. Loyalty is not there. It's just it's conditioned based on provision and based on limitations. My limitations, I can't do better than that, so therefore I'm going with you. There are very few women there are hold the men down regardless of circumstances. We thank the Most High for that, but they're rare because of social media and dating apps. Because here's what's happening, even just in the conversation sense. A woman is talking to a guy, she's liking him. Another guy presents himself. She moves on to the next person. And then she finds that that guy was just like being shady. So she goes back to the other person. So it's really all about the best option that's whatever's available at the time. Loyalty, unfortunately. And because a lot of ladies don't have the honor, like, hey, he's the one that discovered me. Like I'm thinking of like an artist, when you're a singer, he's the one that discovered we riding together. I'm gonna make this work because that stuff is made of real character. We're gonna make this work because he discovered me. I know you're offering more money, but I'm not going for that because I'm a ride or die person. We don't have those type of people anymore. It's about circumstantial, about privileges, about advancements, about monkey branching, about hypergamy. I'm using the terminologies now, but yeah, for real, it's really most people. The loyalty is lacking and the honor is non-existent. I've said enough. All right, peace, love, and blessings.